Hello and welcome back to Borderlands 2. In part 26, we have jump-cutted to the top of the Soaring Dragon in order to sacrifice Matchstick to the Firehawk.
Iridium, pick it up.
Pick it up.
Yay.
That's one reason why Trivial Quest might be worth your time, is because Iridium is Iridium. If you find it, it's in your inventory, it's spendable, and you can get upgrades with it.
Right. Now, one of the other complaints that I had for my first playthrough, that the Gunzerker specifically gets to mostly ignore things thanks to his play action, is the fact that ammo is actually really goddamn scarce.
For the most part, that's why it would behoove you to concentrate on your storage deck upgrades.
Well, I mean, I would agree with that, but even then, like, well, say for example that you've got 300. Is it 300? It's not quite 300 base for assault rifle ammo, but it's close to 300. You'll run through that in like 2 enemy encounters, even if you have decent accuracy. Blue weapon,
right?
Fire pistol.
It also raises eyebrows on high capacity magazines, because there are some guns that I end up picking up that have as many as 135 bullets in one magazine. Well, you know, you have fun, you know, blowing through all those bullets and take your long ass reload time, but then you're going to be out that many bullets by the time you're done, and yeah, you piss bullets away in this game.
Why does Matchstick know that Lilith is female?
Well, certainly raises the goddess fascination. And clearly this midget is heterosexual.
That was kind of weird.
Done.
Alright then.
Alright, what other jobs do you have for me, my good friend?
Thank you, Torch. We shall join Matchstick soon. The enkindling approaches.
The what now?
Whatever that means.
It is time for the enkindling, young Torch. Time to sacrifice
Heathens!
To our blazing mother.
Heathens!
Use your fire weapon!
So now we have to find effigies and use fire ammo. Okay. That is not an effigy.
That is an effigy.
There's some there.
Wait, you said the enkindling? That could be very bad. Or it could be like a cookout or something. Just keep an open mind about it, you know? These guys aren't so
Yeah,
bad.
you know, Lilith, they're sacrificing...
Indeed they aren't. They're just, you know, a cult worshipping your powers.
You know, they're sacrificing midgets, they're killing false gods. Yeah. Badass shit. And Lilith also has revealed herself to be an egotist.
So well, Torch. Once the enkindling is complete, we shall all receive our reward in the Firehawk's toasty bosom.
Toast.
No comment, Lilith? Really? Come on. That was set up so nicely.
She already knows how weird these guys are. And she kind of secretly likes it. Except the part where these guys are fucking crazy. Oh boy, oh boy. No, keep your head in your torso! Freak!
There. The Firehawk effigy.
Yay.
There.
Return to me and let the human sacrifice
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds pretty evil. Just head to this enkindling thing. Things get creepy, I'll make an appearance. Be careful.
So she's gonna rescue us from being sacrificed.
Oh yeah, this is another one I had to look up. Imagine that I had to look up two fucking quests in a row because on the same tree, You can't get these quests simultaneously. You have to complete each one in succession, which is why it kind of takes me a while to get to certain quests because you have to complete the prerequisites first. However, this fucking quest suffers from tremendous map failure because you have to go underground to find the pathway you need to actually get to the enkindling site.
So why aren't you killing the spiderlings?
Well, because they're level 8s and 9s, and they are dealing so pitiful damage to me, my shield is able to recharge in between volleys.
Alright.
And that's how you complete trivial quests. Just ignore the enemies. They're not worth your time. I don't need 150 points to level up. I need 15,000 points to level up. Killing these guys is the equivalent of wasting your time. Okay, we have actually made it to the site. If you start seeing these signs, you've come to the right place. There is the Firehawk symbol. Haha.
And this area doesn't actually have a fast travel kiosk for us.
No, it just has a checkpoint.
Okay.
Fast travel. I wish fast travel kiosks were a lot more plentiful because it would really cut down on the
They should
transportation time. Yeah, the commutes can get pretty atrocious in this game. Bad for recording, but sort of engaging and cool for people who like the challenge of traversing areas as quickly as possible.
Yeah. Although I'm not entirely sure which of the classes actually has got the best traversal powers. I want to say it's probably the Siren, but I'm not. But again, I do not know for certain.
No, I think the Siren is more focused on manipulating enemies than manipulating herself in order to like improve her stats.
Pull that lever and commence the enkindling.
That lever cloud.
I don't want to die.
These fools taken from Sanctuary are ignorant of the Firehawk's majesty. Their lives are an abomination.
Watch your eyes, killer. I'm coming in. Your goddess has arrived, and she's very disappointed. Vault Hunter, I'll get these civilians back to Sanctuary. In the meantime, smite these bitches.
Yes, ma'am.
Do not listen.
Yes, because this is supposed to be challenging for level 9 players. It's not for level 14 Cloud.
Or level 11 players. Although, as far as I've been experiencing throughout my playthrough, level disparity isn't really a thing. That is a major stopping block, at least for me. I've been able to deal with enemies 2, sometimes 3 levels higher than I am, just by using decent positioning with combat. Although again, being on mouse and keyboard gives me some pretty significant steroids over controller.
So, I mean, how often do you take out skull and crossbones enemies?
Being a god sucks.
I have not fought any skull and crossbones enemies yet.
Because so that means you've only ever been killing enemies who were 2 levels higher than you.
Come on.
Yes, I have not seen anyone that's 3 levels higher than me yet.
Probably because you would die during those encounters, hence they have skull and crossbones over their name tags.
I mean, Mad Mike was a bitch and a half to actually kill during the first time that I was trying to fight him, because he had a corrosive grenade launcher, and it wiped out all of my shield and most of my health in one shot. Then it applied corrosive to me, which killed me over 10 seconds.
Right.
It was not fun.
Oh yeah, corrosive
Luckily,
is.
the second time he spawned, it was just an explosive. Luckily, the second time he spawned, it was only an explosive grenade launcher, which meant that I had the ability to just wipe out his shield and then take him down from range.
You are the most annoying robot.
Yeah, but Mad Mike did take me. It took me 2 tries to take out Mad Mike, because he has shield. Haha! I am significant. So now,
Oh,
yes,
you're not going to show off the rocket launcher runner.
we
Damn
are
it.
finally going to go attempt to rescue Roland, but we're not going to successfully rescue him during this part. We are going to get in position to complete the Roland quest.
Oh, for the record, Cloud, I was able to make it up to Goose's hideout using the light runner.
Fuck yeah.
It's not really all that hard once you know where the boost button is, which on mouse and keyboard it's on F, where your play action button is, but you need to press and hold it in order to actually retain a boost. So it's not the most comfortable spot. I found that doing the Hyperion prison camp in general was actually pretty simple, but again, the upcoming boss fight took me a couple attempts because I wasn't doing it correctly.
Oh, as it should. The bosses in this game, although they haven't posed too much of a challenge to me, and I suppose I'm going to chalk that up to good fortune because I had some close calls, and I'm pretty sure that if I die during the boss fight, I have to start the whole fucking thing all over again because of the game mechanics. Oh yeah, this is me trying to use a corrosive shield. So I have corrosive spike. Whenever an enemy melees me, it automatically shoots out corrosion. The problem is my shield recharge delay is fucking slower than fucking glue pouring down a molasses bottle.
I didn't actually catch it. Is it 5?
It's pretty egregious. It's like 4 or 5 seconds.
Okay. Now, what do the necrophages actually do?
They inflict damage on you if you so desire to offend them.
Okay, but they're pretty much just environmental hazards as far as I can tell. They consistently regrow, certainly, but you can just reshoot them and then spread their corrosive nature all over things.
Perhaps. They could also get in the way of your shots.
Oh, right. The weakness on the loaders is actually really iffy to hit, especially on controller. But it's actually the red processor eye in the middle of where their human heart would be. Also you can sever loader limbs by hitting the mechanical joints that are connected to the processor eye.
Ah, that's a loading screen hint. Thank you for sharing that, Mr. Gurdett, because I do end up skipping many of the loading screens during this playthrough. And it's good to know that, just like the regenerators in Resident Evil 4, you could shoot off their limbs, but they elected Terminator. Actually, you know what? I think Terminator 1 would be the closest comparison to how the Hyperion robots behave when you blow off their limbs. They're still crawling forward with relentless abandon, trying to kill you.
If you shoot off their legs, I end up shooting out their arms more often than not. Although this doesn't matter for the explosive loaders. And can we talk about how annoying the fucking explosive loaders actually are?
Oh, dude, they are the worst.
You have like 2 seconds. You have like 2 seconds to actually get away from them once they start their charge-up phase. And if you don't get away from them, they're effectively like a +2 grenade going off in your face, and it is not nice.
Yep, and case in point, they're right behind me. So the way you defeat the exploding loaders, of course, is to kill them before they get into range to explode. Because that guy just exploded. And exploding loaders are fucking second wind obstacles because they remove themselves as a second wind target.
Although there's that, the more important thing is that you have to kill them. You have to kill them before they actually start the charge up, because if you kill them during the charge up, then they still explode on you.
Constructors are my least favorite Hyperion robots. Even when I have a level advantage of like 4 or 5, they are still fucking assholes to kill. And if I'm not mistaken, the Warden is a variant on the Constructor.
And we still don't have our 4th weapon slot, so we can't carry around an ideal weapon of each element yet.
Well,
damn it.
we have the infallible pause menu.
Yeah, I ended up abusing that for the upcoming boss fight to switch out between my shock assault rifle and my sniper that I was using, because you know Zero gains bonuses with the sniper rifles.
And in the next part, Warden.